Welcome back, traders and investors. Here at Benzinga, we like to bring you guys exciting companies, and that is exactly what we have today. We are speaking to LogicMark, trading on the NASDAQ under ticker LGMK. I'm joined by CEO Chia-Lin Simmons. Chia-Lin, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Thank you so much for the invite, Aaron.
Of course, thank you for joining me today. So before we hop into the specifics, why don't you just give us a quick overview of LogicMark?
Sure. LogicMark is on the NASDAQ LGMK. As mentioned, we have been around since 2006 and have been on the NASDAQ, I believe, since 2016. We are providers of what I think in the past people have called sort of the old school medical alerts. I can't fall in, I can't get up products. We are actually in the business to revolutionize that category of business as well as extend our business into what is called a personal safety category, which means personal safety for everyone, not just people who are aging.
Got it. Then, Shailin, you started as a B2G hardware company and have transitioned into the consumer market and expanded into a SaaS model. Why? What has that transition been like?
Yeah, so when I joined the company in June of 2021. We have been only a hardware company, which means, as a company, we have actually been doing fantastic, 60% margin. We have subsequently increased that margin to from 60 to 67%, a very good increase. But the reality is that, the world that we live in today, almost every appliance in our home is connected. And so we don't think that a product as personal and as important as a medical alert product or PERS units, as we call them, personal emergency response system, should be unconnected as well. And so, what we have sort of moved forward with was actually provide a suite of technology that actually goes with new hardware. That includes, 24/7 monitoring service that's US based. That includes actually enhanced fall detection products. We also have things like geofencing, which is for folks who have memory care or Alzheimer's, to actually help their family members ensure that they are where they need to be. And so, because our products now are connected, they also give us the opportunity to actually also launch new products as well, and services on top of that. And so, by bringing these SaaS and recurring subscription products, it allows us to basically provide more products and more services to a base of customers that actually expect them. 10,000 people are turning 65 and over every day. One in four of them will fall. The boomer generation, they really are expecting a better product than a previous generation. And so that's what we aim to provide them, basically a suite of product that's not just hardware, but also services that they have come to expect from connected devices in the world.
And then, Shailin, what makes this new focus unique? What are your differentiators?
Yeah, that's a really great question. Thank you so much for asking that. We really feel that for a lot of businesses in this category space, they are tend to be packagers, which means that they buy technology from different sort of places. They don't actually develop the technology. They tend to have services that are monitoring services only. We are a technology company. And what I mean by that, we're one of the few in this particular category space that's actually inventing new technology, developing new IP, optimizing things. And so, for example, when we talk about fall detection, typically medical alert products have accelerometers, and so they're categorizing speed, and so they put their algorithms and AI algorithms or whatever algorithms, machine learning algorithms, utilizing one sensor, which is the accelerometer. So for our products, we're looking to do better. I'm a geek enough to say that we really feel like better technology and better identification of a fall versus not a fall will help people want to wear these products more, less false positives. And so we've actually developed better technology around, using more sensors to identify what is a fall. We are unique in a sense that we actually have developed software that allows family members to coordinate care as well. So, maybe I'm on call for a parent from 8 to 10 o'clock, but I have a meeting at 11. So my brother takes over, for example. That type of technology doesn't really exist bundled with, PERS devices today. And so we actually provide that type of technology. So we're always constantly looking at being what we would call human centric, which means we're putting people in the center of the technology that we're doing. We're not asking people to adapt to our technology, but rather we're trying to build technology that meets people where they are and where they need to be and how they interact with each other in the world. And so in the time that we've been here since June of 2021, we've actually filed 14 plus patents. Seven of them have been published. We've actually received a couple already. And so that's very aggressive, even for a technology venture backed startup, much less a small micro cap company on the NASDAQ. And so when people are looking at this company, they should be thinking, have they developed great patents that's defensible against competitors? Are they developing great technology that's going to meet the needs of the consumer? And I think that's really what makes us unique, that we are a technology forward company. We're human centric. We put our customers in the center. We're not trying to make them use our products and change their behavior. And we're really trying to provide a suite of technology that will continue to sort of grow, right? Not just be a reactive technology and get you help when you need it. Absolutely basic table stakes. We think everybody should be doing that and doing that better. And we're aiming to do that with our technology and patents, but also being able to try to get at being predictive, which means that can we see if based on your patterns that you're more likely for a fall? That's when, a company like ours are much more groundbreaking, right? We're not reacting to things. We're actually trying to predict things.
Thank you, Chia-Lin, for providing some more color there. What is LogicMark's plan for increasing top line revenue? What about margins?
Yes, so Aaron, we spoke very briefly about margin, and so we've actually done a good job in terms of increasing the hardware margin to date. So, we have been floating around 60%. We've increased those to 67, and we'll continue to sort of work on our hardware margins. But what's exciting for us around margins is that we're now, providing subscription and SaaS services, and so those are higher margin products, in the 70s, 80s, and beyond. And so, what you're looking at for us as a company in terms of us being transformative now is that instead of just having one margin, which is around hardware, taking us from 60 to 67%, we are now also increasing our mixed margin because we're providing SaaS and software services and recurring subscription services that are in the 70% and higher opportunities. And so, what investors and folks who like the company will see is that we will actually have increased mixed margins on a forward-looking basis. Now, on a top line revenue side, we have and continue to be very bullish about our B2G, the business to government um, sector. And so we think that there's a lot of additional opportunities here for us to grow. And so you'll see us growing top line on the B2G side consistently because again, we work with the VA. It's the largest hospital network in the United States. However, there are additional sort of government opportunities, both sort of on a federal side as well as in states and municipalities that we really feel like we, are excited to, tap into even more. So we'll see top line from that particular perspective, but we're also very bullish on our direct to consumer side of the business. We have only really just launched for the company's history a new direct to consumer business. You'll see us actively trying to increase our subscription and consumer direct opportunities via our own website, as well as optimize our Amazon presence and experience there. And finally, I'm a big believer in the B2B business sector. We have actually in the past only very slightly focused on sort of the resale distribution and partnership opportunities. And so you'll see us basically start ramping up because we have these recurring subscriptions and larger margin products to look at additional partnerships and revenue opportunities from a B2B perspective so that we can actually tap into similar audiences across the board. And so I'm very excited about that. And most importantly, we're launching new products. I mean, we have been a medical alerts, company, PERS unit company, but we've increased our TAM and our audience by just even introducing a new product called Aster, which is personal safety for everyone. And so you should expect to see, top line revenue growth from that new sort of opening of category as well.
Beautiful. And then, Chia-Lin, are you interested in using AI or machine learning in your products? If so, how?
Yeah, so great question. It's such a buzzword right now to talk about AI and ML. And so we absolutely are using AI ML within our sort of technology sector. you noted that I might have sort of touched very briefly on being a predictive technology company. And so we've already filed multiple patents in the AI ML space. And so what we're really looking at is applying that technology to really predict likelihood of falls and incidences. And so again, we don't want to just be really great at, you know, getting you the help that you need, because we think that that's just basic table stakes, and we should be faster and better at sensing and getting rid of false positives, which we also use AI and ML for. Better calibration of fault detections is one side of the sort of reactive technology usage. But the exciting piece is also the application of AI and ML into predictive analytics, which means that as we're building your digital twin within our cloud, we're utilizing AI, ML to basically say, hey, Shailin, if you're a 65-year-old woman with diabetes and low blood pressure, you know, when we see you exhibiting these types of patterns, we see people with a similar sort of scope on an anonymous aggregate sort of perspective with similar sort of, situation. 3 to 6 months later, they had a fall. So why don't we sort of share that data with you? Because our AI and ML is looking at, all of that data and making sort of analytics and predictions out of that. So
Well, Shailin, it's been great to learn more about LogicMark. Again, we've been on the line with CEO Chia-Lin Simmons. Thank you for joining us at Benzinga today. Again, LogicMark trading on the NASDAQ under ticker LGMK. Shailin, thank you again.
thank you for inviting us.